Well, reinstatement of Mr. Maina in the absence of a judgment of the court, for example, should naturally be a function of the Federal Civil Service Commission.
Attorney General of the Federation wrote a letter to the Federal Civil Service Commission to say, look, this is the court order. Based on what I have in my office, you have been given this court order 3 years ago.
As an employee of the Federal Civil Service, it is a responsibility, particularly if you have particular recourse to Section 158 of the Constitution. And in exercising that discretion, the Constitution is clear. The Federal Civil Service is not bound by any directives of any person.
Head of Service wrote her reply to him. So he now put all these things and sent it back to the Federal Civil Service Commission and said, look, you need to follow the rule of law because this president is all about rule of law. So follow rule of law. So what they did was they now sent the document to Head of Service for the Head of Service Senior Staff Committee to meet. After meeting, that committee sent the document to Ministry of Interior for the Ministry of Interior Senior Staff Committee directors to meet. So they sat down, in fact, and they even said it. I was there one time. They said, look, you didn't do anything.
Constitutionally, if you are talking of reinstatement of Maina, it is a function of the Federal Civil Service Commission.
The court order gave them the power to do it, so they now approved it, sent it back to Head of Service. Head of Service approved it and sent it back to Federal Civil Service Commission, who now sat down because the Federal Civil Service Commission is an independent body of 15 members. I don't know anybody. I have not been into Federal Civil Service Commission in the last 12 years. So I don't know who are the commissioners, who is there. They sat down and approved it and they gave me the reinstatement letter and sent me back to the same ministry I was when I left service. The government of President Buhari trying to ensure that it delivers the goods to Nigerians. Now when it came, if you remember, the former Minister of Finance talked about it. She said, look, we are running into recession very soon. And the President of Kano said it, even at the last hours of Jonathan administration. The President Buhari inherited that. Now when he came in, there was no money and the price of oil had dropped. They needed funds. With my specialty, I sat down with the Attorney General of the Federation and the National Security Advisor to the President, and we discussed a lot of things, among which we talked about how to raise funds for the President to be able to discharge his duties and ensure that Nigerians receive dividends of democracy. So I said I was going to assist. We agreed.
So I had cause to meet with Abdurrashid Maina then for the first time in January 2016. In company of the National Security Advisor, where Abdurrashid Maina now gave us a very heavy rundown of the prevailing fraud within the pension scheme and offered to assist the federal government in now plugging the loopholes, making information available that could be useful to the federal government, and then associated vital information.
This administration, aside from the 1.3 trillion which we recovered from here, there, and here, there are other operations that we embarked on and we recovered funds which are issues of national security. I can't discuss it.
Dr. Abdurrashid Maina is a man of honor, a man whose heart is sold out to better the Nigerian society, a man whose sweet story turns sour for doing what is right to better the life of everyone who is a stakeholder in the Nigerian state, but wrongfully disengaged from service for standing on the path of honor.